Jackal and Crow were roaming outside the gates of the city paradise when they came across a wounded highwayman leaning against the trunk of a tree. The highwayman was clutching half of a spear, broken, and with little strength, but enough to hold off the Jackal and the Crow, though not for very long. Now Jackal's strong, and when the time comes, Jackal has first picks. Crow gets the scraps. But Crow is wise, and looking at the highwayman, she turns to the Jackal and says, "Jackal, now it's true that amongst carrion we eat as we please, because all meat belongs to the earth, and the dead no longer speak for it. But here, this man still has a claim to his bones. Jackal, are we no better than thieves, waiting outside the gates of the rich man's estate, waiting for him to leave so that once he's gone we can let ourselves inside, help ourselves to his riches? Jackal, this man has an abundance of flesh and meat that he'll soon have no use for. Let's see if he'll trade us for it, and that way we can go to all the other animals and say, with our heads held high, that we've earned our meal." Now Jackal's a proud creature, and the idea of this boast, of saying to the other creatures that he'd earned a meal instead of scavenging it like some thief, now this pleases him. So with Crow at his side, he goes up to the highwayman and presents him with this grim bargain. The highwayman looks up at the city of gold on the hill. He sees the sun setting behind it, and he knows this is the last time he'll see the sun. With a deep breath, he nods and turns to Jackal and Crow. "Friends," he says, "now this is a morbid auction you offer me. But I think you'll find that what I have to offer isn't so much as you think. I'll present my lots, and we'll see with full eyes before you, when you have seen them, if they're really worth what you think. Lot 1, says the highwayman, is my heart. A broken thing. Look, down its side you'll see a jagged crack, very, very old. And more than that is a patina of misuse and neglect. What, friends, do you think this is worth?" Now Jackal is a creature of the earth. He doesn't see neglect. He doesn't see misuse. He sees a beating muscle full of blood and meat. He says to the highwayman, "Highwayman, allow me your heart. If I have your heart, you can go knowing that it has fed and nourished me. You'll have gone knowing that I'll have had a great meal." But Crow is a creature of the sky and says, "Highwayman, I am a creature of the sky. I fly with the birds. Give me your heart, and I'll sing to all the birds, and all the birds will sing to all the creatures of a love gone wrong, of treachery so great that it broke the highwayman's heart, that it forced him out of the city of paradise." And the highwayman nods and gives his heart to the bird. "Friends, next on offer," says the highwayman, "is my brain. And I think you'll find its taste to be sour, tainted after years of bitterness. For here I sit, dying outside the gates of the city of paradise. In there I could have been many things. I could have done many things. And instead, I've been out here. I've done nothing. I've been a thief. I've used my brain to set up ambushes and traps for innocent people. I've accomplished nothing. I sit here alone with nothing to my name, no one to remember me, nothing to remember me by. Friends, what would you offer for this brain?" And Jackal, creature of the earth, says, "Highwayman, you should give your brain to... Highwayman, you should give your brain to me, for I know that I will find it delicious, a delicacy of delicacy. I will go to all the creatures of the earth and speak of your generosity, of how delightful you were." But Crow is a creature of the sky. "Highwayman, give your brain to me, and I will sing to the other birds, and the birds will sing to all the creatures, of how the city of paradise was too small for you, of how you had such great ideas, such passion, and you were constrained in that city, of how that city was not worthy of you, and you rebelled, you took to rebellion, you left, and you found your own way outside the city of paradise. You lived, highwayman, by no one's rules but your own." And the highwayman, nodding, says, "Yes, yes, Crow, take my brain." And now the sky goes dark as the sun sets at last. Night has fallen, and the highwayman knows that time is near. So he says, "Friends, I have only one last thing to offer. I have these hands, covered in blood of many people that I can never wash off. These hands have committed actions that I can never take back. These hands have never built anything. These hands have never held a child. These hands, I cannot remember the last time these hands stroked the face of a woman I love. What I do remember is these hands creating destruction and death. I remember these hands hammering and slashing and hacking. I remember so much that these hands have done. Friends, Crow, what will you offer for these hands? But the crow says nothing. And now as the stars come out, the jackal howls with laughter. Highwaymen, don't you know? That little bird will offer you nothing. That little bird is a creature of the sky. Crow, she can't carry the weight of your actions, highwaymen. I am a creature of the earth, and you may have your love story sung forever. You can tell yourself whatever you like, but at the end of the day, your actions belong here on earth with me. Thank you.